Hey y'all, I haven't made a video in so long just because I didn't feel like it. And then I was like, you know, I should, like a couple months ago, I think I posted that I was going to make this video and then I didn't. So here I am making this video. I want to try to get it over with before both tours are over. I'm going to try to do this as least biased as possible. So this video is going to be about the Anti tour versus the Lemonade tour.
I'm pressed I said Lemonade tour. I meant to say Formation tour. Fake stan.
I have been to the Loud tour and I went to Diamond's World Tour and then I went to Miss Carter World Tour on the run. I've been to like every Beyoncé tour, so I don't have to go through that. But this is my third Rihanna concert. So I do have like a little bit of back knowledge on what she's done, could do, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to do like a pros and cons of each tour. I'm not going to compare them. I'm just going to tell you what my opinion was about both tours. I guess we can go with pros. I went to the Anti-World Tour in Brooklyn. It was the one on Easter. I kind of got there late, so I have no idea who opened. I got there like right as Rihanna was about to come on. I will say I did like her opening. It was Stay. I thought it was really cute how she came out the side, then on that white thing. I like the outfit. I like that she does like she kind of does like slow songs as her opener, I guess, because even on her last tour, she opened up with like Mother Mary. I thought that was great. Then she went into like Fresh Off the Runway. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember that well. So I thought that was great. I thought the opening was great. I'm looking at a list because I like wrote down. I always say this. I love Rihanna's band. She always just has amazing musicians. Like, even at her last two tours, I thought the band was just, like, phenomenal. They just enhanced her sound, like, 20-fold. It was amazing. So I will say, I loved the opening. I loved her band. I liked the little floating runway she had. I thought that was so cool. And, I like all the songs she did up there, how she did Pose, and I just loved it. I thought that was such a cool idea. It's not original, because everyone's done that before, but I did like how she did it, she got from this side to that side. It was really cool. I liked it. That was one of my pros. This is my one thing that I hate about artists that I love that she did. Well, you know, I'm iffy. I change my mind on everything every other day. Today, I love it. I loved how she played basically her entire new album. That was like one of my favorites. I hate when I go to a concert and it's when I'm going to use this word, when I'm a stan, not a fan, because I have every single album. I have this new album. I like it. I want to hear the whole thing. So I was really happy she did that because a lot of people still just play the hits. But I will go into a cons list of that too because there is a con to that. But I really did like that. I enjoyed that she played the whole album. I didn't think she was going to because I didn't want to look up the set list before. And then she was like, same old mistake. She did everything. It was awesome. I really liked that. I thought she looked great. I liked her hair. I liked her makeup. But again, I am going to go into like a cons list of that. So more of the story. I feel like if you're a big stan of Rihanna, you would have loved that show. Because you would have known everything, blah, 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 blah. If you really like music, you would have liked it. If you were a fan, like I went with two of my other friends, and and they were both like really iffy about it because they didn't buy Anti. They just know her from, you know, her singles and, you know, a couple stuff that wasn't singles. So they didn't really have as good as a time as me because they didn't know like any song. They knew like Work and like, you know, Diamonds and the big songs. But so like I said, if you're like just a fan of her, I wouldn't suggest going to the show because I mean she's not going to do any of the songs that you know and love. She only did she has 18 #1 singles, so I mean it's kind of impossible to do every single one. So I give her that. It is kind of hard to fit all of them in. But if you don't have the new album, then this show was really not for you. I'm going to go into a con. You guys like my cup? Anyways, the cons, I will say, was that there was no interludes. I thought that was I like that. I like the artistic value of it, especially the ones that she had during the Diamond's World Tour. They were absolutely phenomenal. I love that, like, one of the most. First of all, can I just say, as you guys will know, that is one of my favorite tours. I had so much fun at Diamond. It was absolutely amazing. I got, like, VIP tickets. I had the whole treatment. It was awesome. I went to the one in Boston. Anyway, so I did not like that. I did not like that there there was nothing. Like, she was off the stage, and you could feel that she was off the stage. You know what I mean? I don't like to be able to feel that the artist, like, okay, well, let's, you know, you're all standing up, you're, like, singing, and then she leaves, and then you're like, okay, when is she going to get back on? You know, there was music playing, but there was nothing to watch or see. It was just kind of like, okay. I did say I thought she looked great, and I do think she looked great, but I wasn't she looked great for looking great, like in pictures, but at a concert, I felt like I couldn't see her a lot because a lot of her costumes were white or black or tan, and with her stage setup, how it was white and black and tan, and her dancers, I felt like she got lost a lot of times. I couldn't really find her, you know what I'm saying? When I want to, especially if you're sitting really far back, I didn't have great tickets, but, like, I didn't have the worst tickets, but could you imagine if you had tickets all the way at the back of the arena, you know what I mean? You want something that's gonna, like, pop. I want to see, like, glitter and big and something like, that's her. There she is. But I was really like, oh, there she is. And, like, I think the only time I saw her really is when she had that big coat on for, I was gonna say Ring the Alarm. What's the name of that song? Man Down. That's the only time, like, I really saw her because she's wearing a giant coat. But more of the story, I really thought, like, her outfits were great. They looked great on her. She looked great. In pictures, they look great. Close-ups, they look great. But going to a concert, I really can't. Like, I thought it, really, honestly, I thought it looked like Yeezus. I really couldn't find her. I was like, she kind of blended in. So I thought, I like when, like, you sparkle, you shine, like, that's the person. There she is. That's the girl I came to see. So I wasn't a big fan. And then, you know what? I wish she would change it up, but she has not changed. I think she took off like 1 or 2 songs the tour, but I've been keeping track and following, and she hasn't changed up any of her costumes, no new hair. I remember on Loud, she used to have different hair every other show. I used to love that. I liked that, how she changed it up, but there wasn't much change up. The stage, like I said, it was white and black. I felt like it was kind of bland. It was just like a sunken in stage, there's the band, and it was like, that was it. It was white. There was maybe some bubbles at one point, or foam. She had something on the stage like that. I didn't like the stage setup personally at all, especially because, like, I keep bringing it back because I've been to her other shows and I know what she has done. Like, Loud was so awesome how she came out and was like that thing, and it was moving, and then she came out on like a big, like army tank, you know what I mean? There was stuff going on, and it was big, and there was a car on stage, explosives. It was just a production. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Like, it was just, I felt like this would have been great if it was for like a smaller venue, but you're doing like arenas. I felt like the stage, the setup, this is not an arena show. I don't know. I just was not a fan of the stage at all. Yeah. So, I wish there was more choreography in it, I would say, because she does have so many songs that I dance to, everyone dances to. You can dance to any one of Rihanna's songs, so I felt like that was missing. At some times, like, when I was at the show, and then when I went home and looked at videos, I was like, oh, there was dancers on stage? I didn't even really see them. Like, I remember, I keep bringing it back, I know, but I remember at Loud, she had, like, 20 dancers on the stage, and she didn't really have that, which is cool. I mean, you know, it's more like a light and a mic type thing, but I don't know, I just wanted a show, because I've seen her concerts, I've been to her concerts, I like productions, I like shows, and it was so bland to me on that aspect. Visually, it was very bland. Like I said, I like the set list, I like how it was new, blah, 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 but visually I thought it was kind of bland. I do feel like there was a lack of effort and imagination put into the show. Like I said again, compared to other stuff, if you watched any of her other concerts, there was a lot of imagination put towards it, and it was big, and it was grand, and there was visuals, and there was a concept, and I did not feel that at all when I went to Anti. I just felt like it looked, I don't know, it was just, like I said, it was really bland. I felt like there was no production, it was just very, very kind of boring, you know? So I felt like there was so much, she could have done so much, because the album, Anti, you could have really been maybe dark, mysterious with it, but it was really just bland. I felt there was zero imagination or effort put into it. Like, she just threw on some clothes and, like, went on stage, didn't really learn that much choreography, and I was like, oh, okay, let's go, show. Like, oh, we're doing a concert, you know what I mean? And this is really no shade. I'm not really trying to be mean, because whatever. So, that was how I felt about it. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to go with Lemonade. I meant the Formation World Tour. Sorry. I'm going to start with pros again, and I'm going to go to my cons. So, something Rihanna did that I love that Beyoncé didn't do. Oh, I guess I'm going to go into cons. Whatever. Thought I was going to go into pros. Something Rihanna did that B didn't do that I was a little upset was she played her whole entire album, and B didn't with Lemonade, and I was really kind of hurt because I love Lemonade so much. So I was like, I'm telling you, I'm so iffy about, do I like when artists play full albums, or do I like when they play classics? I'm so iffy about that. So I really want it more. Like, she didn't do 6-inch or Love Drought. I was really hurt about those, because those are my favorite. There's a couple others she didn't do. Pray You Catch Me she didn't do. And I get it. I really get it. You can't do some of those things live. It's not going to work out live. Blah, 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 blah. But I do love those songs, and I really wish we could have heard more of Lemonade. There was no songs from B-Day. Barely any. I was really upset about that. I mean, she did like a acapella version of Kitty Cat, which was cool, but I really wanted more. I mean, she did Ring the Alarm, and I'm going to say this, and I know people are not going to like it. I'm tired of the Ring the Alarm choreography. I love it, and I really was so excited when I saw her live do it, because she did it, and then she, like, put the, like, Destiny's Child in the background, and I was like, yes, sis got hits for days. But I wish she would have played those hits for days. It was like, I really wanted to hear, you know, other stuff, and I wanted to see... there's so much she could do with Ring the Alarm. I'm tired of the same choreography. But I will say, I know this is the cons list, I do love how, I love that whole section of it, the Ring the Alarm and the Don't Hurt Yourself. I really like that part. But, yeah, I was kind of upset. Oh, I just burped. Yeah. That was my next one. Okay, you know how I said that I didn't like Anti because the costumes were really bland. They looked really pretty on her, but from afar they were bland. Complete opposite with Beyonce. They were not bland at all. The costumes, you can see her from a mile away. They were ugly. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I still stand by what I say all the time. Beyonce's best costumes were at Revel. They were amazing. Glitter, just shiny galore. I loved that. That's like diva-ness. I just loved it. These costumes were ugly. The buttons are nasty. The costumes are ugly. They were just, I hated them. They're so ugly. I'm sorry. I think the best one was the last one, that she did for, like, Grown Women and Freedom. Those are, like, that was the best one. The opening costume's okay, only because of the hat, but when she takes that hat off, then you have to look at the costume, and it's just ugly. That red thing is ugly. I wish she would have wore the costumes that her backup dancers wore during, like, Blow and stuff. It's like a black leather costume, and it's like from the legs to the butt is like all cut out. I don't know how it looks, but it's gorgeous. Maybe I'll put a picture here if I learn how to edit it in. I thought that would have been so much better if she wore. Daddy Lessons is a cute outfit. It's still kind of ugly, though. I'm sorry. She looks good. Beyonce can make a plastic bag look good. But the costumes are ugly. I can't get over them. They're ugly. All right. I'm tired of Halo. I'm sorry. But it's like a single ladies to me. I'm sick of it. I want it to go. She ended it off with Halo, and I was falling asleep. I was like, can we skip over Halo? You have so many. I really wish she would have ended it off with, like, EXO. That would have been perfect. But I'm tired of Halo, so I did not like the way she ended the show. It was boring. Something that she never does, really, kind of. Well, she just started doing, like, around On the Run, which I hate. When On the Run started, I remember the first thing I said was, why can't we see the band? And then this kind of did the same thing. I like seeing the band. I like them up close. I like music. So like I said with Rihanna's band, I really enjoyed them, and because I think they did a great job. I also believe Beyonce's band did a fabulous job. But I wish we could have saw them. I think her guitarist came on stage for like 5 seconds, destroyed it, by the way. She was amazing. But I just wish the band was on stage. And she has this massive stage and this massive stadiums. She could have done a lot more with that. So I do like that she tributes Prince because it really hurt me. I didn't even really want, I know I got dragged for it, but I didn't even want her to release Lemonade when Prince died. I was like, can you just give us like a week, just 1 week to mourn? I was so hurt. I was like, just give us. I can't think about being happy right now because I'm just so sad. And I'm really glad she like did a tribute to him. That's absolutely amazing. I loved it. I love when Beyonce does the Beautiful Ones live. I loved it, and I like how she, made the box purple and played a song. But it's been a while. I'm low-key over it. Let's get some new songs into the set list and take Purple Rain out. It's a waste of my time, the big purple box singing the big Purple Rain. It can go. We can keep the cover if you want. If you don't, I'm also happy with that. But we need to get rid of it. I'm sick of it. Let's put some new songs. Let's put 6 Inch in, because that would make me really happy. We can put something else in. Like, if you don't want to put 6 Inch in, sis, we could do Love Drought too. We can put Get Me Bodied back in, because that would be really good. XO, like I said, we could put Jealous in. You could put anything in. You could put the entire self-titled in that long. It's only like a 3-minute song, but it feels like 20 minutes. We could really do a lot with that, Beyonce, so if you're listening. But yeah, so that was like, I'm kind of annoyed with. I do like Beautiful People. Beautiful People. You can tell I'm a Manson fan. I do like the Beautiful Ones, don't get me wrong. I think it's absolutely great. I love when she does it, but I liked when she did it better when she did it into Kings of Leon, Sex is on Fire, because that was iconic. So when she's not, like, grooving it back into, like, woo-hoo vocals, into Sex on Fire, I just kind of am bored with it. But I'm a stan, so let me stand for a second. The pros, I know I said it, and I told you I'm iffy, and I'm wishy-washy, and I don't care how bipolar this sounds. I love that she did the classics. I just complained how she doesn't perform new stuff. But I love that she did the classics. It's great, because, see what I'm talking about, how I'm iffy? Because when I was at the Rihanna concert, I was like, dang, she has hits for days. Rihanna has 18 #1 singles. I wish I could have heard all 18 of them. I'm so glad Beyonce did all of hers. She, besides Single Ladies, but, I really don't care about Single Ladies. I really like, she keeps, Crazy in Love and all that stuff. So I was really proud of that. I really like how she still plays those. The interludes, just amazing. She's so, let me stand. She's so perfect and artistic. And what she does just makes my heart pitter-patter. They were amazing, especially the ones where it looks like she's actually in that big box and she's like hitting it. Perfect. I love hearing her talk during it. Like, I'm telling you, those things matter because you don't even notice that she's not on stage because you're looking at her on this big box and you're thinking, perfect. God is God. I am not. I loved it. I loved the bad bitch. I loved it. 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 She's always that way. The On the Run interludes were amazing. The ones she did at the ones she did at Made in America last year were probably the best. When she did Ronda Rousey, and then she did Eartha Kitt. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I'll always love it. I think it was so great, amazing, spectacular. Want to vomit, drink it, whatever Gaga said. Just insert that video right here because that's how I felt. I loved when, I don't know if it's Blow or what. I think it's Blow or Cherry when she does Nasty Girl by Vanity 6. I think it's called Vanity 6, whatever. Loved it. I absolutely loved when it's like a big her and then she like takes the blocks and moves it. Because I did see, clips of the tour before I went and I was like, oh, she's got the boxes again. Because I had already seen the boxes. Because like I said, I went to Made in America last year and then I watched her do it at global citizen. So I was like, oh, she's got the boxes again. But I really like that she did the boxes, though, and she, like, reinvented it. I thought that was so cool how it looked like she was picking it up, putting it together. I loved it. I loved it. The opening was iconic. It will go down in history. I mean, like, you don't understand how much I wanted to buy. I did buy a big black cat, and I was just like, it was just, it slayed. It slayed. Just thinking about it gives me chills. Because Formation, if anyone knows, is one of my favorite Beyonce songs. I think it's her best single ever. I love it. The video is awesome. Choreography is amazing. She goes off live on the choreography. So I love it. I thought the opening was amazing. Sent chills like up my spine. The stage setup I loved. Like I said, I wish the band was on the stage, but I liked how the whole, if you guys don't know, if you didn't go to the concert, that whole box like rotates and then it like opens in different sections and there's people inside and girls dancing in the air. It's so cool. I loved it. I thought it was like iconic, revolutionary. I like how some parts of the stage have like that thing where she doesn't have to walk and she can just, I like the water. I like it all, especially the water at the end. I'm gonna say her backup dancers were so fierce. I wasn't even looking at Beyonce during the beginning of Freedom because they're just stomping in the water and her yelling, and I was like, I was scared. I was shook, y'all. I was like, these girls are bad bitches. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It's just so, it was like, so, felt like such a feminist. I was like, yes, females run the world. It was great. I loved it. And that's what I was going on, dancing. I loved the dancing. Again, amazing, revolutionary, iconic. You know, she takes her same old dances that everyone's kind of tired of, but she reinvents them besides Ring the Alarm. Because she, you know, she changed up Crazy in Love, and I really liked it. I really did. I loved how Grown Woman went into Freedom. That was great. And like I said before, because I'm like going through my list right now, I loved her guitarist. I loved it. I hate her old guitarist, BB. I'm so glad that dry Afro bitch is kicked to the curb. I love the new guitarist. Yes, sis, you slayed. She had like 24-inch weave, and she was just, and then she just slayed me on guitar. I loved it. I like I said, I think Beyonce's band always does amazing. I just wish I could have saw them more. And that's kind of like my whole pros and cons. It was so much fun. So I will say, now that this is concluded, I made a pros and cons of both. I have to say, and I know people are like, you're a stan. I guess I am, so whatever. If someone asked me what concert they should go to, I would tell them to go to Beyonce. You're going to have more fun because you're going to know a majority of the songs because it's all classic hits. You're going to be more, I want to say more entertained because, you know, you have the choreography and the big lights and the fireworks and the big stage setup, and it's just going to it's going to give you a show. Like, you want a production, here it is, here's a show. I would not suggest someone to go to the Anti tour because, like I said, I had fun only because I know every single song, and I was just excited to see Rihanna because I am low-key a stan. But for someone, like, I brought my friends there, and they didn't have such a great time, and they went to the Beyonce one too, had a heart, like, loved it, had the best time of their life. Because, again, they knew a lot of the songs. These girls are general public. That's how I'm going to mention my friends. I know that's terrible, but my friends are general public. But they did not have that much fun at Anti because they didn't know majority of the songs, couldn't really see her. Again, when she was off stage, they were a bit bored. And I know I felt really bad for dragging them all the way to Brooklyn. That's like a 4-hour drive on Easter away from their family to go. But I mean, so that's where it goes. So what tour do I suggest you go to? Formation. I'm going to get dragged, and I don't really care because that's my opinion. Insert that video too.